Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome. I know we still have some hopping on. And yeah, it's funny because here we are again, many of us, second time around. And the first time was, 2 months ago, but it feels like two lifetimes ago, really, based on everything that's happened. Um, and honestly, the first time I came in and I like had this whole script and all the things and this time I was just like, Lord, let just lead this because I feel like that is why we are here. Like I look around at the women that are here, and I know that it was not me or anything that I said. It was totally him leading you here. Um, so welcome. I'm really excited. Like I said in that post last night, I really feel like, there was a time when it was like mourning and grief and like how was I so mistaken and misled? Like in my head, this is not what I thought it was going to be. Um, but after processing and just honestly, I hope as you guys have leaned, and if you haven't yet, maybe leaned into some of the trainings and like Jackie and Christine and all of the people that we have around us. Like I hope you feel like just a fresh energy and excitement and a hope that honestly wasn't um, at our previous company. We all had that hope and that energy and that excitement. But I don't necessarily know if I saw this much opportunity there. Um, like I mentioned, like I just did like my first public kind of announcement post sharing kind of the things that we offer. And it was just like the demand and just the interest is so there. Like people are looking for products and things like that. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are as well. I'm guessing you are. You probably wouldn't be here, right? But anyways, okay, before I keep rambling forever, because that's not the point of this call. I did bring something very ratty tatty along because this is something, so it literally is, it says my 2023 daily affirmations. So years ago, I used to every single year come up with like new affirmations. And 2023 was the first time that I really put like biblical affirmations out there. And in 2024, like I felt this tug, like, no, those are still what you need to lean on. And it's funny thinking back to 2023, and I won't go into all of the transitions and decisions I've made in my business and in my life since then. But over and over and over again, these affirmations have held true. Um, and so if you don't yet have your own, like let me know if you want these because I think they're applicable to everyone. But I just encourage you to find some biblical truths that you can repeat to yourself. Because I have found, especially over the last month or two, like if we let the world and just our natural tendencies feed our brains and our hearts, it's not going to be good. We have to fill it up with the truth consistently. Okay, so I'm just going to read through these for you, for all of us, honestly, for the team, because I feel like this is what we need to lean on and depend on moving forward. Galatians 6:9. I will reap a harvest if I don't grow weary and give up. And then I put in parentheses, his harvest. That's always the goal. Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. In parentheses, he is for me. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17. I am a new creation in Christ Jesus. In parentheses, the former ways did not and do not serve me. Matthew 5:14. I am the light of the world. In parentheses, even in my imperfections. In fact, that is when his glory is most visible. Isaiah 41:10. I will not fear because God is with me. Psalm 16. Oh, it's writ. 8. Psalm 16:8. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will never be shaken. Philippians 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. 2 Timothy 3:17. I am equipped for every good work God has planned for me to do. And then at the end, I always tell myself, now go do it, help and grow, be bold and courageous. I'm built for this. And literally every morning, that's what I speak to myself, and that's what I believe. And that's what led me here. Um, so, anyways, let's go to him in prayer quickly. Dear God, I am completely in awe of you. I am so grateful for all that you have done in my life and how you have just led all of these women here. And God, I pray over their hearts and their minds. I pray that you continue to protect them I pray that you continue to guide them. I pray that you help strengthen and guide us in all that we do here, Lord. We all have come here with open hearts and open hands, Lord. We want to be used. We want to be used in a way that is glorifying to you, that is helpful to others, that is serving to others, that is helping the people that we know be strengthened in body and mind and spirit. And Lord, I know that you can use us, and I pray that you guide us in that. God, I pray that all that we do, that we're always focused on you and glorifying you and trusting you now and forevermore. And all right. So I am not going to do introductions because I feel like you all know me. But again, we have some different faces on here. So I would love if we all went around, introduced ourselves. And gosh, it's a new company, it's a new day. So let's not go with the same pronouns. I don't know. What do you want to share? Share where you're from for sure. And honestly, let's share because it is a new company, a new mission. Like I want you to share in your heart what you're hoping um, to both do through this and who you want to impact through this. Um, maybe that's the same, maybe it's not, but just kind of feel out why you're here and share as much of that as you can. So yeah, where you're from, share about your family too. Okay, where you're from, your family, and then really like what you joined this for, what you're looking and hoping to do through it. Jackie, I'm gonna put you on the spot again. Can you start it out? Oh, you're muted. And Jackie is my fearless and spiritual sister. I'm just calling you that from here on out.
Oh, please. I love it so much. That blesses me. So yes, my name is Jackie and I'm from East Texas. I'm Jackie Woodfin and my team, I was part of Body for 16 and a half years. My team was the upper room team. I established that at a point where I felt like God had specifically divinely appointed my team together to be like the disciples in the upper room when the Holy Spirit came and filled them and empowered them to go out and change the world. And I want that so much. I want to feel like I'm used, that we are used pointing people to him through what we do. And in that, I know that God has good for us abundantly and more than we could even ask, right? And I was talking to my husband about this whenever our Body shut down and us, we were in a very good place. We were making a lot of money with Body. And I said, the scripture stuck out to me about this present house will be better than the former house. But the best part of that scripture is the last part, and it says, my peace will be there. And I was like, that's what I want. And I haven't had peace with Body in years. So to me, it's not even like this present house will have as much money as we did with Body or make as much money as we did with Body, but this present house is going to be more peaceful than it was with Body. And so that's what I want in this business. I want to serve others. I want to serve them well, but I want to do it from a very peaceful place. And I want to walk through this business feeling like I'm where God wants me to be. And I haven't felt that way with Body for a while. But I was trying to make sense of all the things that were happening, So that's kind of what I'm wanting, is to just be able to serve women well. I do love the team aspect. I love this so much. The thing that I'm feeling right now, like, thank you for letting me be on this team, because while I'm your technically upline, I feel like we're parallel. Like, I just feel like that's the way it fell because that's how it was with Body. But I also feel like we're just parallel sisters in this. But I'm trying to find my way too as the leader in this, and serve everyone and serve them well without overwhelming, because we have all the Facebook pages and we have, I don't know if y'all are feeling this way, but every single day, multiple times a day, it's like there's a call and there's a call and there's a call and there's a call. And I'm trying not to overwhelm the team with that, but I am here for you for every single thing, anything that you need. And Caitlin knows, I mean, I think we've messaged each other at midnight before.
Oh yeah.
Like if I'm up, I'm going to be on it. I would love to I just want to love on y'all and love on you well. Caitlin, like, no leader could be better for you than Caitlin, but I just want to lock arms with y'all and be part of this mission with y'all, not in a upline, downline, anything, just part of this sisterhood, like you said, and just see where God leads us in this.
Yeah. No, it's not an accident how things
No.
all panned out. I mean, I just
Yeah.
get go. It's like this is meant to be. We need to stick together.
It blows my mind. Thank you for having me on this call tonight, too, inviting me to be here. And I've met, I think, pretty much all of you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But it's so awesome to be in this setting with you too. So next,
All right. Jesse, I know you might have to hop off early, so I wanted to get to you before you had to get off.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm in California. I'm homeschooling mom of 8 kids, and like what Jackie said, Beachbody wasn't feeling right for a long time. My solution to that was I'm going to join Caitlin's team. So I canceled my account and I was going to realign, I was going to utilize Beachbody in the way that I could to run my brand and my business in alignment with like Caitlin's mission. And that was my solution to kind of tweak, take the good parts. And then this all happened before I had a chance to do that. So it's funny because at some point when Caitlin was like oscillating between different companies, I messaged Jackie and I'm just like, I want to follow Caitlin. Like, I want her to follow you. I want, like, what are you thinking? Like, this has to work out. We're all together. And then, like, I feel like 5 minutes later, Caitlin was like, I'm doing Shackley. And I was like, okay, it's done. This is happening. So really exciting. I'm excited to be here. And then I've also just recently passed my certified personal trainer's exam and I'm working on like writing a program with that. So I feel like the pieces haven't really come together for me yet, like what I want from Shackley, how everything is going to work. Like I have kind of a vision, like a messy, blurry vision, and it hasn't really taken shape yet. So with all of like the studying and everything I have been doing, I haven't been on too many calls. I have been trying a lot of products. And so like figuring out which products like I really want to get behind and which are really going to help my clients and like how to incorporate that into like my groups that I'm running. So everything looks really like blurry right now. But it also is very exciting. And I feel like all the resources I have at my disposal now are the resources that I was meant to have all along. So it's just definitely an exciting time. I think that's it about me. I think I
Oh my
haven't,
gosh,
so
you need to give yourself more credit. I mean, you just did your whole CPT with homeschooling 8 kids at the same time,
I
like
literally finished it in
in
like
a
two
month.
weeks. I
Yeah,
was every single day, like so excited to study and like so excited. It's like one of those feelings of like, why didn't I do this 5 years ago? This is exactly what I want to do. And it took this all happening to push me into it. So yeah, but it's so much growth and so much learning that I never would have imagined at this point in our entrepreneurship journey that I would have to go through. But it feels so good. And I think that there's just so much excitement behind it. But yeah, I don't know, like as far as like how is Shackley gonna like play that role? I don't know, but I feel like it's gonna become clear. And as I kind of get the ducks in a row, everything is gonna be in alignment.
right. And I just want to encourage you in that because I mean, as you guys know, for the last like 6 to 12 months, I've been digging more into like hormone sync, which is honestly teaches you a lot of the opposite things as body. Like the mentality is very different. So I also was trying to like use what I could from body and teach women how they really should be fueling and moving, which is very different than our programs. But anyways, I found that like again, everything happens for a reason. And I found that I felt so led to like show women the healthy, hormone healthy way to, fuel and work out. And so I launched those groups independent of body, like far before any of this happened, right? And that was so scary because I was like, oh my gosh, I've never done something outside of body. But I found that by putting women in this place where I was really educating them and training them how women are meant to be trained and they're starting to feel better and all the things, it was the perfect platform for me to then also educate them on the supplements that I believed in and why. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, I charged separately for like all my hormone sync programs, like it was not body affiliated. But in that space, I educated them at that time on the body supplements that I was taking. And I can't tell you how many of them willingly and wanted to then invest in the supplements because they trusted me and they saw the value of them because I educated. So I can see that happening for you, like as you build out your test group and as you have this space where you're training women and you're earning that trust, it's a natural thing. Like we all know they need to get more protein in. We all know they're not going to eat more chicken and dairy and whatever. Like they're going to need, if they really want to, hit those goals, they're going to need supplements. So it really does pair incredibly well. And it's not going to feel like a lot of extra work. It's just giving them a solution that
Yeah.
is, at the table.
And it's so much simpler. Like, even though it's multiple things, I feel like this model is so much simpler where I'm not asking people to buy this complete package, be on a subscription, get the PC account, then you're paying $15.95 a month. And then it's like, I felt like it was kind of getting hard to sell people on this whole idea instead of like serving them where they're at. And that's what I can do now. And I just think, yeah, it just all makes sense. It just all really makes sense where we've landed.
Love it. Love it. All right. Emily, can you talk right now? I see that you're actually on. So it's like, if this is a good time, let's get you while you can talk.
Yes, yes. Sister might think she needs to add her 2 cents as well.
I would like that.
You gonna talk to? You need to be going to bed. She needs to be going to bed. So I, like Jesse, was canceled my account to realign and join another team. But the Lord knew. Here we are. And, not blindly, blindly followed, but was going to follow whether it was here or there or wherever, because I do love the team. I do love the community. That's why I've stayed for as long as I did. Because yeah, like being a coach and building a team with Body wasn't any fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yet I had my best friends, and I don't leave my best friends. I'm loyal to a fault to some extent. And so, thankfully that the Lord just, led me where he did. And here we are. And, as far as with Shackley, like I'm a third generation Shackley ambassador, y'all.
Unreal.
My grandparents sold Shackley.
Yeah, did you find that out about before or after you signed up?
The day before, I
The
think.
day before.
because I called my aunt, because I knew my aunt had been like she'd been involved with Shackley, she'd been involved with Melaleuca, she's like Amway at one point. I think they did it all. Like this aunt and uncle, I think they've done it all. And so, anyways, I called her and I was like, "What do you know about Shackley?" And she's like, "Yep, all in. We loved it. We did it. Your grandparents chose Shackley." And I was like, "What?" And so, here we are, full circle moment. But just how easy the conversations have been.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about cleaning products. I'm not a housekeeper. But like my neighbor came over and I was washing dishes, and she is a housekeeper. I mean, like her house, she loves to clean. I don't. And but she had been very transparent about kind of the whole shakedown. And she was like, she saw me using my dish soap because I was washing dishes. She was like, "What do you think about the new stuff?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love it." She was like, "I'm gonna have to try it." I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
just the conversations and how it's so different, but yet because of what I know with the hormone health and that path that I've gone down and the endocrine disruptors and all the things, like just knowing and having that confidence of being like, yeah, it is good for, like, it is beneficial for you to use this stuff. And just how easy the conversation is.
Yeah, I feel like we're finally having things in our line to help them gain trust with the company that is just swapping out things that they're already using, swapping out things that a lot of people are like me. Like I keep sharing my story of like I've known for years that my dishwasher soap is not good. I've known for years that my laundry detergent is not good. I've known for years, but I'm already overwhelmed. I don't have the time to go look and research and get things from a million different places. I got the best thing at Target, Walmart, whatever. I got the best thing. Is it the best thing ever out there? Oh, heck no. It still has fake junk in it, and it pisses me off if there's not a better option that's not literally twice the price at Target, Walmart, etc. But like, it's funny because like reading the post again, I was like, I would say yes to this. Like, I would want to be in this group. And it's like, if you write a post and you're like, you would want to be in it if you saw it, you're onto something there. Hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else, Miss Emily?
I mean, just, you know, we we're trying to finish a house. Our second house that we've built this year.
Mm-hmm. After surprise baby.
And we had a baby. And we're fixing to head into like a 60-day grind. Which I'm probably most excited about getting my husband on the vitamins
Mm.
and the triple defense and like just the stress management things to see how much better he tolerates it.
Mm-hmm.
Because of just the grind that we go through and how run down he gets during duck season.
Yeah. Good. And they're gummies. They're not shakes anymore. So he's can take it happily.
That's right. Because currently I'm buying gummies from Walmart.
I know. And they're not as good. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, just sharing those very, very honest, real things, I think is so relatable to so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. All right, Abby, you're up.
My bedtime.
No, that's why I called on you before you keep yawning and putting us all to sleep.
That full moon is coming, man.
It is.
I can
Tomorrow.
feel it.
You know, I'm a lunar being. I know all these things.
Name is Abby. I live in Sibley, Iowa. Married, 4 kids, 2 in college, 2 in middle school, high school. I work full time. I own a CPA firm. So this is kind of my hobby, my time to use my creative juices in a different way that don't involve numbers day in and day out and looking at a computer all day long. Yeah, I've been with Caitlin for a long, long time, and I still think back to that Sunday after all the news broke down. We're sitting in a hotel room in Miami. Like, what are we doing boarding this cruise ship, going on this cruise?
Hurricane warnings loom.
And just having lots of conversations about, what's right and what feels like the right move and not really knowing and just trying to have faith on making that decision. And I still today feel good about that decision and where we're headed.
Pivotal. You were pivotal. Again, I don't think anything happens outside of his foresight. And I think we were absolutely meant to be in that hotel room. And I think I was absolutely meant to be just overwhelmed with the options and all the feelings and having so little clarity. Like as I was talking to Abby, it was like for 5 minutes I could argue myself into this corner, and then I could flip flop and argue myself into this corner. And honestly, I do think like there's a point where you can serve people in all different ways. And I mean, any of these products that we were, suggesting or contemplating would have been good, right? But I still remember what you said, Abby, that like made it all clear. You're like, you need to do, or you either asked me or you said like, what does your family need right now? Like, what is the right decision for your family? Because I think sometimes we get in our head about how we feel or how other people are going to perceive us or, all those different factors. And when it really came down to like, what does my family need? It for me, it made that really clear because as you guys know, like my family is going through a lot right now. And like I needed to be in a space where I felt like so freaking excited about the product line that already existed and was there that I wanted it, that I felt confident that other people were going to want it. And like, that's where I needed to go. It wasn't like, oh, like, let's make decision based on what may happen in the future or who, may be around us or any of that crap. Like, no, like we are partnering with the company because we want to have clean products and we want to have that option to offer to people. So look at the products. Like that's what matters. And honestly, still to this day, like we're all, having to hold back on ordering 10 more things because we always have more things that we want to order, right? So like I know 110% like we made the right choice. But it really was you, Abby, that just said that one question that I was like, that's what I needed to hear. Because that's why we're partnering, right? A lot of us have other things that we're using, whether it be a separate CPT with a test group, or for me, like my 3-week group experiences or whatever else. Like we're really partnering this because we wanted these products for ourselves. We believe in them and we want to be able to offer them to other people. And what a bonus to be able to do it together and still be able to, earn trips and retreats and whatever else we decide to do with it.
I'll tell you
I stole your
that sign up process was the easiest thing. Like,
we
would it
sat
take
by
us
each
like
other on
10
our
or
cruise
15
chairs.
minutes doing that? And like just yesterday, I finally figured out the whole body like affiliate and where to get my links. And it was honestly a pain in the ass. Like
I still
they're
haven't
not
figured it
making
out.
that easier. I don't
I
even know
still
if I did
haven't
it
figured it
right.
out.
So
Yeah. I just last night, somebody, who knows who, bought something through my link for $35. I'm like, do we even offer something for $35? Okay, I made $10 on something that I don't know who it was. And like, oh my nightmare. Yeah. Needless to
So
say,
yes,
the
I'm
more that I
excited
dig
about
into
the
that,
products and the simplicity of it and the diversity. Not only for my family, but offer that to others.
yeah, I'll never forget how we came to that decision and then signed up the very next day. Like, no going back. Let's go. It was good. Best decision of my life. All right, Christy, you're up. There you go.
Hey, so I'm from Northeast Tennessee and I have 3 kids, 18, 4, and 5. So my life is crazy. I'm also a personal trainer, so congrats on that because that was like a feat for sure. But honestly, I don't know how I ended up here. So decided once the announcement had happened that I wasn't going to do anything. I'm a personal trainer. I work at our community center in the mornings, and I was like, I tried a few years ago well, a year and a half ago, to actually step out on my own and do online stuff. And I just don't have time to film, edit, upload, do all the things. So I went back and started promoting body. I've also switched body teams twice in the 9.5 years and had just, so I switched over to Amber's team. And
Which is
then
how we
when,
knew each other and I
yes.
followed each other. Yeah.
Yeah, so not long after I made that switch, then she left, and everybody does their own thing, and I'm a fitness professional, so like giving up the fitness side wasn't an option for me, and I was like, okay, so I kind of hung back, and I really didn't know anybody on the team, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And so one of my other coach friends, she was like, I just switched teams. She was on another team. She's like, we done a 3-month hold and things. I was like, but I just literally done that. Like, I hate to cancel my customers and do it all over again. So I did. I'm gonna call. Go. Sorry, my son opened the bedroom door. It's like everybody else is in bed. It's like, go away. It's the only time he wants to talk. Go. And so I literally like didn't know what to do. So I waited, I canceled, and literally I signed back up September 22nd.
Oh, a week before. Oh my
So I had
God.
only like transferred 2 of my customers back under me, and I was just like, I just gave up. I was like, I'm like, because my phone was blowing up. We were sitting down for dinner, and I don't, if there's a call during dinner time, it's like, I'll catch the replay. And so my phone's blowing up, and all these friends through Body Network, and I'm like, no, I'm not on the call. Like, I watch it when I get done. So then after cleaned up and stuff, I was like, I've got to go listen to this. So I listened, and I was just like, I was so fighting mad, and I hate to bring it all that, but short story is like I was like, okay, I'm done. So like I like started removing myself from Facebook groups. I was just like, I'm done. I'm out. And so
No wonder why you were attracted to me. I was like the maddest person ever. I was like, who else is not seeing what I'm seeing?
so I said, and to be honest with you, I never built a team. Like that was not my ever mission really with Beachbody. And so when the affiliate was first announced, I was like, okay, I can get behind this until I found out I was no longer going to be connected to any customers. I was like, wait a minute. I coach people. That's what I do. And now I don't know who I'm going to coach. I have a problem. And so like I was like, I can't do this. And then the team that I had signed up with went to a totally different company. But I was like, I'm not interested in promoting growth day. I like growth day, but I'm not a mindset mentor. That's not my cup of tea. And so I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So I was like, okay, the online space, I'm just done with them. And then I had joined Faster Way. So my solution to fitness because of Faster Way. I actually, Amanda Trust, that is the CEO, I actually took one of her courses back in 2015 when she was in the Marketing Academy stuff when I was first starting out with Beachbody. And I was trying to figure out the online space. So anyway, I'd followed along and I always like felt that pull to go that way with fitness, but I never could pull myself away from what we had. And so anyway, I'd already like watched the training and was like dead set on that. And so I'm doing that. But then I was like on YouTube and I have like playlist, and for some reason your video popped up. I really don't know.
Really? I've
Yes,
been wondering because it's almost to like 1,000 views, but I was like, I don't know if like coaches are like, oh, you gotta listen to this and like passing it, because I got hot and real and I
it was actually in my feed. Now
so
I
it's
don't know if
served
that's
up into your YouTube feed.
I
Interesting.
watched a video, an anti-MLM video, but I watched a video and then it populated like the next one down. And so I was like, what is this? And I looked at your face and I was like,
do I know her?
like I was driving. So I was listening. I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I've heard her before. And so then I started like going back and like looking through and I actually found one of Amber's like team calls and you were on it. Like
Okay. Yep.
on the screen. I was like, okay, that's not where I think I know her from. And so that's the reason why I reached out, because when I was watching that, I was like, she just said everything that I thought when I heard the announcement, like everything. And because there was, I'm in the fitness world, so you kind of know how it is behind the scenes, not maybe celebrity, like, but you kind of know how it works behind the scenes. And I'm like, none of this is making any sense, like before the announcement. And then when the announcement made, then it started. When you made your video, I was like, okay, that just like put all the pieces, like exactly what I thought was happening. It just, they wasn't public about it. And it was just got underneath the skin. So that's how I found. And honestly, I'd been on the search for something for Energize because I made at that point, I'm not ordering anything else from them at all. When they made the announcement and then we find out all the details, and like my biggest thing was they kept on spinning the affiliate model was better, but we used to make 45%
On body. So yeah.
So it was like this isn't originally better than what it was way back. So I was like, don't do the double standard, like just be honest. And so I was like, I'm not supporting, I'm not ordering, I'm not signed up for affiliate, nothing. And I was pretty much upfront with all of my customers. I was like, this is what's happening. This is where I'm going with the fitness. You can stay with that. I'll support you the best I can, but I'm not going to be inside any corporate stuff because I'm not going to sign up. And so I suggested some stuff, that they could get on Amazon or whatever for supplements. But at that point I was like, I'm just done until I found that. And then when you was talking, I was like, okay, I need to find my supplements that I want to use. And so that's why I decided to sign up. And I'll be honest, like I don't know how it fits in, because I'm always going to be fitness first, but it's like there is so much stuff I want to try and swap out, like the cleaning stuff, because again, I know better, but haven't done better kind of thing. And
Exactly.
then the one thing that I have tried that I have raved about, and I haven't got anybody to buy it but that's really like the income part of it isn't my focus. It's like finding products I really like and connecting it to the people that actually need it. But deodorant.
Yes.
So
Oh my
I
gosh, I've raved about deodorant. Like, I know this is weird because I'm raving about deodorant, but like if you felt the struggle of nasty stuff that you paid like $15 for and you can't return it, it's like you just don't understand.
I have a like container underneath my bathroom sink full of like all the clean deodorants that I've tried.
You need to make us like you need to go on stories or like make a post about that. Like all the deodorants I tried before I found this one, people would be like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." They want someone to do the dirty work for them and like just give them the right thing.
I am
Yeah.
tracking my box like crazy because it's got deodorant in it. This next box has deodorant in it. And I'm like
It is amazing.
stalking the mailman for my deodorant.
So my aunt had breast cancer. She's in remission and stuff now. But so since that, then I have been on the mission to like switch out the things that I know are linked. And I'm like, I know better, I know better, I know better. And so when I was home, so I stayed home with the girls until I've been back personal training. The March will be 2 years. And I didn't honestly wear deodorant at home. My son gross, but I was home. And actually, after you detox, you actually don't smell.
Yeah, my husband did that
But
during COVID and he was like, it
yeah,
was great. And that
yeah.
for weeks it
I
wasn't, but then it was
actually
fine.
would only put it on when we would like go to church or go out or whatever, just to make sure. And then like sometimes I'd forget because I hadn't done it. And like anyway, um, when I went back to personal training, I'm like I'm not physically like active, like I'm showing reps and counting and doing all the things, but it's like I still want to make sure that I'm not going to stink if I break a sweat at some point. And so I started the mission again, trying to find something. And like when I seen that it was there, that was one of my second orders, I think. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I actually opened it up, used it like right away. And then like the next day, I was like, smell this. Because my husband's been on the journey too, trying to find stuff. And I was like, look, it's unisex. Like you can't use mine, but I'll buy you one.
They don't want his hair in there.
Yeah, that's gross. But I was like, it smells good. It's not like, because he was thinking like florally or like
Right.
girly or whatever. I was like, no, you could use it too. And so anyway, that was one of my biggest thing. But I'm excited to have products that whether because fitness is hard. Let's just be honest. As personal trainers and in the online fitness space, it is hard for somebody to make the commitment to actually
Believe in
start.
themselves to start.
Yeah. And even like I see clients like 2 to 3 times a week, and it's still, 6, 8 weeks later, it's like they still do that daily struggle. And so this, I feel like it's easier to talk to just anyone and everyone, like, and I don't know, like, I've taken us kind of a step back from social media too, because I'm just kind of was over it after all the years. And, I was like, I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm just going to do what feels right and stop with like the pressure part of it. Cause I was like over that.
Yep. No, I love the idea of just sharing what you're genuinely excited about because people like feel that excitement. And I think the way, I don't know, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but like I can never guess what someone's going to be interested in. But once they find one thing and they start looking around on our website, they usually find more things. And so it's like we don't have to share about everything for people, not because honestly, I still don't have those wands and I've had multiple people buy them from me because like, so yeah, I think I'm gonna call it the deodorant our gateway, our gateway product because like it's something that once they put it in, well, then they're gonna pay shipping. So then they're like, oh, I don't want to pay shipping. So let me see if I can find something else in here that I can order so I don't have to pay shipping. And then what do you know? Like that just starts the circle. And I feel like a lot of the emails too have been really good that I've received. Like they don't feel spammy or pressured from like Shackley. It's more like educational or, offering up things that you're like, oh yeah, that does kind of interest me, right? So sometimes it's just getting people in that environment to trust the company, that they'll naturally want to see what else they can find. Love it. I love your honesty. I'm all about that. All right, Miss Hannah,
Okay, hi. I'm Hannah. I live in Minnesota. I've got three kiddos, age 11, 9, and then 6. And I work part-time. I'm a postpartum nurse and lactation consultant. So I also do some hospital work. For me, my story is probably a little bit different than most of y'all's because I just joined Body in May. And I had watched Amber for years. We were acquaintances, friends, more acquaintances in college. We did a few activities together. And I finally was like, oh, so fun. She's just having so much fun. And I was kind of just looking for a different community of women to do something fun with because now all my kids were in school and I work part-time, which I love, and I'm blessed to do that. And I love fitness and exercise. And I had used Body for like 8 years, 8, 9 years myself, but just with no community, like no accountability groups. I just like did it. And I feel like I'm pretty motivated. I can do that, but it would just look so fun to have a community of people. So that's why I joined Body, and then Amber left, and then some hiccups, along the way Caitlin ended up reaching out to me. I knew nobody else on the team. I like really only knew Amber. And so then Caitlin connected with me and I felt like it was meant to be. Like ultimately I feel like God aligned us and I just felt good about joining under her team. And then when the whole thing went down with Body, I was like, man, I just really I don't know. I felt like God called me like, yes, you should be on Amber's team. Like I felt that strong pull, like eventually just do it. And then when Body switched their model, I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And I only have 20 customers, but it's like I worked hard for those 20 customers, you know?
Yeah.
And I joined the Body Business Academy that Jackie was hosting. And I was like excited and getting into that and learning so many good things. And then all of a sudden, like a week after it started, it was like, Body's kind of done with that model. And I was like, okay, you know, now what? And also, I had watched Amber with Jackie for a few months prior, and I've been a natural mama for probably 5 or 6, maybe more years now. Like I've used Norwex products for years. I don't have a ton of toxic things in my home, but like makeup, yeah, I don't want to spend a ton of money on makeup always. I also have used different skincare lines. I've used Beauty Counter, I've used Rodan and Fields, but I kind of buy all my things from different places, like Young Living here, Norwex here, Plexus here. Like I have a bunch of different places that I buy things from. And I was like, Shakly's kind of awesome because you can buy all the things. There's such a variety. And I have people ask me all the time, well, what do you use for deodorant? Like, what do you use? And I was using Native and then recently found out that they got bought out by a different company. And now they're not as clean as some of their products still are, but there are some that are not. And being in the OB space, I have a lot of patients that have had, history of infertility, needing to do IVF or have had breast cancer. Like I see a lot of that in my career. And I so strongly don't want that for my own girls and for their friends and my friends. It's like we do know better, so let's do better. So I feel like I was excited when I was watching Amber, and then I was like, okay, Caitlin's going to Shackley. Now I don't know what to do. And I was like, because I really joined because I knew Amber and she'd been doing it. But then like I had connected with Caitlin and with Jackie, and I'm like, So I just took some time to just think and pray. I didn't just want to like hop on because that was a thing to do. I wanted to make sure that I was, excited about the products and something that I thought I could do. But truly, even before other people went to Shackley, I like was loving what Amber was posting and I was already like interested. She had already piqued that interest in me. So I did end up talking with her and having a conversation with her like, hey, it was never about not wanting to be on your team. It's just that I feel like I've connected with other people now after you left Body. And so that's the route I'm going. So I did chat with her. But anyway, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I've loved all the products that I've used so far. So I just feel like it might be more organic than with Body. I was like, after those first few months, I was like struggling to try to get people. I don't know what it was, if it was just I don't know.
It's the belief piece. It still is like to convince someone. Well, first of all, it's a very narrow thing that we're selling them. Like these workouts, not a gym, not walking, not CrossFit, not no, no, these workouts, right? Which to some people already limits them because they wanted to do live classes or they wanted to do something else. And then for like products, it was shakes, different kinds of shakes, but shakes. Oh, there's bars too, but most of
Yeah.
them were all shakes, right? And some people just have a natural distaste, distrust, whatever you want to say. So, and they have to believe that they're going to do it, believe that they're going to eat healthy, believe that they're going to do the workouts. And that was another like, it's
Yeah.
hard. I mean, I did it for almost 8 years, and I'll never tell you that it was easy. And honestly, for a long time, and still like why I run those 3 group experiences because it's really fulfilling to help get people from that disbelief to like actually getting those wins
Yeah.
and feeling really good. Like that is like the biggest cup though, which is why I still want to do those 3 group experiences because it helps people get there. But now I can offer literally just pay me $30 and let's get you started. FYI, that's what I was making on a bag of Shakeology. So like I get paid the same no matter what.
Yeah.
And I have such a low price point to get them in to start feeling those wins and they can use whatever they have. And but no, you are not crazy for thinking that it was hard. It was always hard to get people from disbelief to belief and you know investing in that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this I feel like again, I mean, we're all genuinely excited about it, which speaks volumes. And we have so many options that many people somewhere in our library. It's more about, I think, for us trying to figure out the best way to educate people on everything that we have without being a constant spokesperson, right? And so, okay, so next we don't have a lot of time. I'm not gonna, I promise I won't go over an hour. Um, but that kind of is a natural lead into like these virtual launch parties. And as I mentioned in my thread, like everything that I'm creating, I will gather in a Google Doc so you can do too. How I'm envisioning this is, and why I really believe in it and want to do it is first off, it's a really easy invite and it's an easy yes for someone who's at all interested in learning about healthier swaps. I've been talking about a lot about hormone health with it because I think it's all related and I kind of have that background to speak to it too. But like in posts and lead generators, like a free group for people to learn more is an easy yes, right? Versus already trying to sell them on a product. Like just get anyone and everyone that's interested in learning more about what you're doing and what you're excited about and, you know, household swaps or you can talk in more generalities and get people in that group to be interested. And then within that group, like this launch party specifically, I do plan, I'm already getting nervous because I always give myself a deadline and then I'm always like, I gotta make it happen because I'm gonna do it next week. I'm still literally still, I think that post got over, for sure, over 150, potentially over 200 people commenting wanting to be in this. So it's taken me a long time to individually make sure they're all in this free group and stuff. So that's what's been making my time. But anyways, what I plan on doing next week in this group, and again, if you already have any kind of free group, I would recommend to just add the interested people to that group. You don't necessarily have to start a new one. If you already have one, just build to it because most likely people who are in that free group in your past life are still interested in healthier swaps, right? Anyway, so in there, I want to give it a deadline. So it's going to be a week. And I'm debating right now, probably 2 posts a day. I don't want to do more than that. And I don't think I can nearly do it justice with only 1 post a day. So I'm thinking 2 posts a day for a week. It's going to be a mashing of both education and a product or a product set. I really think I find with women, if you get them to understand the why, then they want to apply. So like just one sample day, like in the morning, I'll probably talk about environmental estrogens and I'll probably give them some specifics, some studies. I want to inform them, educate them. Like, here's an app you can go look at your own stuff in your house, the Yucca app or the Think Dirty app. Empower them to do that. And then, sure enough, at night, I'm gonna be like, hey, here's a set of cleaning products and blah blah blah. that I believe in, and some studies and some explanations, some price points, so they can be like, okay, so she told me why mine stinks, and now here's an easy thing to say yes, right? And in the same way, like another day will be like me informing them for hormone health and women's metabolism, how important protein is, about how many grams you should be having in a day, how extremely hard that is to actually get in if you're planning on just doing it real food. Most people are hitting those grams of protein. You need supplementation of some sort, right? So that's the education in the morning. Then at night, I'm giving them, these are my favorite protein sources and this is why. There's a product, the solution, right? Another day, like I have so many ideas for things like that. Another one is like makeup. Again, like showing like what's actually in all these products that you're finding mainstream. Here's my solution. So it's just that education and then a solution on top of it. And as with all things, we need to give them a deadline. So that's why I'm planning on offering in there. I think they talked about it in the team threads at some point, but like all of us have, if you go in your profile, I think if you go on your profile tab, it'll say like, to help you get a strong start, we're going to give you this link. And if anyone orders through this link, they get $10 off a $50 order and free membership. And so I think you have that for your first like 3 months of your business, but that's what I'm going to offer. I haven't talked about it at all. So it's going to be like, this is my launch offer, to give them that incentive that if you order during any time of my launch party, you're going to get to order through this link, which gives you $10 off and FYI 15% off forever. Like Christine shared on one of our team calls, like that membership fee is one time and never again. So like being able to let people know that, like literally I'm giving you $10 off and membership for free forever for anything you find. Like that is huge. And then I'm also like one day I'm going to talk about like the quality of our soil, right? How it's degrading over time. How really honestly, if you do the testing, most people are deficient in things like women in magnesium and all of that. I know I talk so much and I put so much in posts. I have to figure out how to make it short enough that people are going to read it, but I really want to get across the importance of supplementation, right? And then at night, it's going to be like, hey, here's a free meology quiz that you can do to see what they would suggest for you. I'm going to definitely talk about the Ready Set Wellness Bundle because that's a huge deal. Once I talk about the importance of supplementation and protein, hey, here's an amazing offer, right? So I think with that launch party, it's going to be a great way for people to see a variety of things that we have to offer in a short amount of time so they can see what kind of thing they're going to be more interested in.
Also, Caitlin, did you know, so next Thursday, team-wide, we're doing a launch party. We talked about it Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't hear the specifics of that. I assumed it was more holiday based or not?
No, she's doing it Thursday, the 21st. That's 21st, next Thursday. I mean, we've been doing the planning for it today, like figuring out a name for it. And then, but it's just going to be on Thursday, like at 5 o'clock. Like at 5 o'clock. And if anybody wants to come on and highlight, so everybody's kind of taking some products that they want to highlight and talk about too. So, I mean, what you have is great, and that's your group, but I'm just letting you know that there is going to be a big team and team-wide, not Sarah's team, Christine's team down.
Yeah. She's going to do more of those, right? It sounds like she's going to do
I think like every week or so, right? Like she's planning on that, but the first one is going to be next Thursday.
Okay. Yep.
At 5 p.m. Central Time. So.
Yep. Yeah. And for sure, like I said, I'm going to be gathering up all of my posts I plan on doing. And then, yeah, clearly everyone needs to kind of just decide what they're going to do. Because you can in your head be like, oh, I'm going to totally do that. And if you don't actually have the capability or the time or the space to do it, then you're not going to do anything. Right. So everyone kind of needs to look into their own goals and their own schedule and just commit to what they are going to do. Cause it's easy to do nothing.
That's it. And, so, yeah. I think Larry talks about this on our BBR somewhere, somehow, like, I don't remember it, but I tend to like, want to learn all this. I don't want to miss any of the calls. But then you get stifled, you get paralyzed with all the information. You end up just going, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do with this. So I think that we have to be very careful about trying to do all the things. If you can do all the things efficiently and then implement successfully, that's the key. But it's not just about being on every call and every, and then doing all the things if we don't implement and do things with them. So, but I just wanted to put that bug in your ear too.
And honestly, that's why we joined. Like, that's why we joined Christine and Jackie. So we would have consistent opportunities that if we wanted to jump on and lean on, that it's relatively like little work just to plug people in, right? And learn from others.
So not having to feel like you're responsible for every bit, to share the load and the burden. So
Can you tell us, Jackie, I was on that call, but how I think I got added to, it's like a Facebook group, right?
Yeah, I'm in that group too, and it looks like right now it's just a business opportunity call that's in there. Is that right, Jackie?
Yeah, I guess I'm wondering, like, what does it look like? How do we add people?
It's like one team, one movement. I think she put it in like the training, right? So I think that's the group that she plans on using for like the sales or whatever.
Yes.
But right now there's just like one video in there. So we're like, are we supposed to be adding people? Because it's just a business opportunity video.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be like, she's getting all the specifics down today. Like we were just talking to it on like I just drove in tonight from a prenatal visit and she was just asking, okay, what should we name it? And who wants to talk about what products at what time? And I think she's trying to get the parameters of it and then share it with everybody. But I'm like, it's next Thursday. But Chris, let me tell you, if Christine can pull anything off, anyway, she is such a workhorse. And so I feel like she'll be announcing more about that. And then we can add people to that group. And then she's going to use Zoom. She figured out how to do Zoom live in the Facebook groups. Do you know how to do that, Hannah? Or and Caitlin? Yeah, me either. We talked about that in the BBA on Monday. Remember, Holly was asking Deb about that. And then when Christine was like, I just figured out how to do live Zoom in Facebook. So I'm so excited about that. But so that will be, I guess she'll probably announce it tomorrow or something, like the specifics of it. And then we can just add anybody into that group. And but Caitlin, you have some great ideas. I would share some of those with Christine too. Like you may want to have your own for several days. Like that.
I was planning on, if it goes well, I was going to be like, here, Christine, here's what I used.
Yeah.
If you're going to offer it out to people, because right now it's just so like in my head. But yeah, I'm forcing myself to get it all out next week. So then at that point, assuming it all goes well, I hate to like think this is going to be amazing. And it never flops, but I always like worry that I'm going to hype it up and then it flops. So I was like, I need to prove that it's freaking good. And then I'll be like, here you go.
Yeah. But our first time doing things, so we have to give ourselves grace and know that just even doing is awesome. Just stepping out there and doing the things it's awesome. So it's going to be awesome. Yeah. And I just think continuing to just put it out there in front of the people and stuff is going to be good. But yeah, so next Thursday will be hers, but I am also interested in what you have going on as well. So
perfect. Yes, lots of fun things. Anyone have any questions? I know we're already at the hour, but does anyone have any like pressing questions that they're like, I've been wondering about this. I have no idea where to look.
I just, like for me thinking about, because I already have a free group, right, with so many people in it. And I feel like both have value, like hosting something within the free group that's already so used to hearing me talk about body. I feel like the idea of running like a launch party in that group, giving everyone this like big announcement that like, I have this new platform, I have these new products, like within there has value, but then also having that one day, like a big event, with the whole team is like it's a whole different like animal, I feel like. So Caitlin, like all your posts sound amazing. And whatever week you do it, like, I'm just gonna like do it the next week and then like take all of your content and like done this or done that differently and then just do it like the next week. If that's okay.
I hope so. Like, honestly, when I invest all this time in this, like that was always struggling sometimes with body when I didn't have a big team to be like, I'm doing all of this just for me. And I feel like everyone thinks I'm a unicorn and no one thinks it's going to work for them. But it's like, I swear it will. Like, just try it. And it makes me excited that like this work that I'm pouring into will be able to be utilized and used.
no, my free group like 100% needs like exactly what you're talking about. So I'm just gonna like watch you do it. I'll be in your group. I'll comment on every post, and then I'll
Okay.
steal all your content.
But yeah,
With your
that is the one requirement. If you're going to steal my stuff, well, you better at least hype me in the group and not like help me. Love it.
For sure.
All right. Anything else, anybody? All right. Well, thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank
hey,
you. Yeah.
real quick, could we just go each person say what's been your favorite product so far? I know deodorant. Somebody already said deodorant. What, just real quick, like what's been your favorite product, Hannah?
I really like the sleep tea, the like
Me too.
mint sleep tea. I am a big tea person. I'm not really a big coffee girl. I'll drink it once in a while because my husband really wants me to like it, have a cup of coffee with him in the morning. But I'm a really big tea girl. I really liked the tea, and I am using the eye wands, and I like those too because I feel like I'm getting results.
Yeah.
All
Cool.
right. I will go. My shocking one that I literally did not think I was going to like was the light stick. Like, I literally ordered it thinking like this is the one thing that I will probably still order from Body. Like there is nothing like Shakeology. I need the adapted herbs. I need the superfoods blend. I need all these things like in my head. I've been educating and preaching on this. Like I need that. And then I was the guinea pig and I tried it myself. And literally, I measured the other day, I'm an inch down in my waist. I have changed nothing else. Like my tummy is flatter. And again, it was not about that, but it was just like I feel so much better. And I never, ever, ever thought that like, I always thought like ever since I had Charlie, like I've been on these programs for like over 7 years. And it was like over time, there was just like this belly bump that like would never go away. And like I never, ever, ever, ever thought it was Shakeology, but literally I've changed nothing else. It did not change my workouts. I did not change my nutrition. I just swapped out the Shakeology for the Life Shake. I did change out the Recover for the build too. But I feel like based on what I know, it was likely the Shakeology that was doing it. And I always felt like Shakeology was too thick. Like I always would force it down because I knew it was good for me. But like it was always so thick, even if I added extra. And I was like, I like that Life Shake is just so like it just goes back. I don't have to like, yeah. Anyways,
And
it's just so
cheaper.
weird. And it's cheaper. And it's leucine in it, which I could go on another rant about how much I love
Yeah.
leucine. But yeah, it's just
Mm.
it's just crazy how the one thing that I thought I would never swap out once I tried it, I was like,
Mhm.
yep, definitely.
What about you, Abby?
I just tried the Life Shake for the first time today. And like I've never been able to just mix Shakeology with water. Like I need to like put ice and bananas and whatever else in it. And like,
Sugar-free pudding?
yes, my sugar-free pudding. And today I didn't need it. I just used water. Although I discovered I needed 2 scoops. If you didn't read
Oh
the
yeah.
instructions, I was
Yeah.
I first day I'm like, wait, I think I need another scoop.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then I've been using I did the Meology quiz, and so I've been taking that, and then I got it for my girls, and they never would take vitamins before, and they're like, "Can I have more than 1 pack a day?" And I'm like, "These are so good." I'm like, "No, you
No.
can have one a
Gonna lock
day."
those things up. They're gonna be like taking them like fruit snacks.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much. So that's been good.
That's awesome. Jessica.
Oh my gosh, we have so many. I did not know about the 2 scoops with the Life Shake. I'll be honest. I didn't know that. So I will try it again. I thought it was so disgusting. But to be
Yes,
fair,
it was terrible with 1 scoop.
well, I'm
I
sure it was. I've been trying to tell
Shakeology.
people like 8 ounces, only 8 ounces and 2 scoops.
But I know I'm in a very different season of life too, where like I don't eat a meal like all day long because I don't sit down. Like that's just my life. But like in my Shakeology, I put my coconut yogurt, my avocado, my cauliflower, my spinach, my greens booster, my peanut butter. Like that thing is so fully loaded to keep me full for like the whole entire freaking day. So like I don't want to shake it and drink it and have it feel light. Like I need my belly full. But so I'll try it with 2 scoops though. However, so many products. The deodorant is amazing. The face ones are amazing because I mean, just so like the inflammation reduction, I didn't know was like a part of that. Like I can keep my eyes open better. It's incredible. I feel like I look like 5 years younger. And then the elderberry gummies for the kids. We were buying some for years that were organic that had seed oil in them. It always bothered me that had seed oil, but it was like the best I could find. The Shaklee ones do not have seed oil. My kids love them. I swear by elderberry supplements to keep us from not getting sick. So those are big. The collagen, the greens, I switched over to their greens booster. Gosh, what are the makeup, you guys. I love all their stuff. The makeup is incredible. Like probably the best makeup. I'm not a makeup girl, but like the best
Dude, when
makeup
you talked about the mascara in your stories, it was like, I need that mascara.
I
You
and the
sold it.
mascara. The mascara is amazing. The mascara is like moisturizing for your lashes. Like it doesn't make your lashes like dry and brittle. I feel like I'm leaving something out that's like an essential. And the dish soap. We've done the dish soap. We haven't tried the laundry soap. I have it or the dishwasher yet, but the actual dish soap is great.
Yes.
So I haven't like it's 100% of things I haven't loved. Like I didn't like the bars better than the beach bars. So it's like not
Which ones
everything,
did you buy?
you know.
Like what flavor?
So I bought the coconut chocolate ones and they're good. They
Okay.
just to me don't taste anything like a beach bar. They taste more like I feel like I'm eating more of like a gooey chocolate
Dessert?
bar. Like if you know those, like I think they're called Unreal. They're like coconut chocolate bars. They have a bag at Costco. Like to me, they're more of a swap for that, like more of a swap for a dessert, not a
Right.
swap for like a granola bar. So some things I think I have a preconceived idea of like I want it to taste just like Beach Bodies, and it doesn't. So it's just
It
an
doesn't.
adjustment. But there are other like everything else that I've wanted to swap out for ages and ages. Like I've loved everything. So and
But
I
I'll
also
tell
tried
you, the snack bars, those toffee chocolate snack
That's what's
bars,
on my list.
of course, they're only this big. I think
so
they're amazing.
Those are really
But they're
good.
snack bars. They're not the meal bars, so they're
Right. They're like a
smaller.
treat, not
They're
like
right.
yes, but
Mine
I
are the
love
snack.
that
Yeah.
toffee. Like you get that little crunch of toffee in
I'll
it.
have to
I
try
don't
the
know.
toffee.
Those are really good. Christy, I
Yeah.
know you liked the
and they have leucine
deodorant.
in them too, in case you wondered.
Yes,
They have
that's
leucine
right.
in them too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it's the snack bar, but it's like the coconut chocolate one. And they're good. It's like it doesn't quite hit the same spot
Yeah.
as the beach
Because you're
bars.
probably using it as a pre-workout, right? And it's like you don't really
Yeah.
want a treat before your workout. Like that
Right, right,
doesn't really sit the same.
right, right. But yeah, I know we've done other things. So everything else I've loved.
Yeah.
I'm officially like I'm gonna be Caitlin's like highest volume orderer every single month. It's
I'll take it.
Yeah. I love the triple defense boost. I just got
that one too.
the drink. It's like a
Yeah.
berry flavor, but I was so happy because in swapping our Energize, the body Energize for the Shaklee Energize, our Shaklee Energize has L-theanine, but it doesn't have quercetin, and that's been a big like I've been like this has quercetin and it keeps the virus away, But this tea, the triple defense boost has quercetin. It has the whole protocol that they gave out to prevent the big virus. Vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, quercetin. It has elderberry, echinacea, and one other thing in it I can't remember. Oh, reishi mushroom. And I was like, oh my gosh, and it has great amounts of it in there. And it's been tested, it's all the quality testing done to it to increase our immunity by 5.8%. I mean, it's all the things and it tastes good. And it's not a handful of all those pills. It's just drink. So I'm drinking it every day. And so I'm really excited about that one. I think I've tried so many things, way too many, not too many.
The omega-3s, we also do the omega-3s. Yeah. So there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I will say the things I've shared about in my stories, I haven't even done a feed post, but I've shared about face wands, makeup, and the immunity boost and the deodorant. And I've sold one of every single one of those from like 1 or 2 story shares. So like these products really do sell themselves. And like if you're speaking to why you're using it, I mean, and then even some of those people were on the website and then bought other things. So the amount of effort that it's taken, the website is so beautiful. Like as soon as I looked at it and I was like, Caitlin was thinking about Hugh and Grace, and I'm like, oh, like please, like Shaklee just look like I want to order these products. I want to order these products. Like please
And
go
it's
Shaklee.
easy. It's easy. The sharing, like we don't have to create a share a cart. Like that was so well, it
We have
was
like
way
10
easier
different
than the
ways
way
we can share it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just click put a cart together and share the link, but also just I don't know. To me, it's so much easier. I will say one thing that I'm looking at fixing to promote for the holidays or teachers' gifts, the cheer up and chill out. Is that what it's called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then the gummy, the relax and chill out gummies. I think those two together, I think those are great teachers' gifts.
Yeah, you're right.
Because what teachers don't need that, you know?
Cheer up and chill out. Yeah.
To have a month of relaxation stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. Anyway, Christy, did you have a product other than the deodorant?
Well, you have to pick something up.
Yeah. So my list is like big too. So I just got the face ones. I'm liking them really well. And I'm a girl that sleeps in her makeup. I know that's
Yeah.
but like I'm not like beauty anything. Like that's just not me. But I've been washing my face so I can put the wands on in the mornings and
There you go.
Yes.
But so the wands, and I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed in Energize.
In
I was
what?
happy because in Energize.
Oh, well, the flavor is way different, right?
Yeah. So that was like my thing that I was like the most disappointed about losing. It was like I was drinking Shakeology and all the things, but it was like I lived off of my Energize. And I will be honestly, like, when it happened, I had just like my order was get ready to ship. And so I went in and canceled it because I was upset. So I was like down to my last stick of Energize and I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? And so my husband uses a different thing and it's clean, but it's not, I don't like it. It's like, I think nasty. And so he's like, you just have to chug it. I was like, no, you don't understand. I sit on the couch and I enjoy my Energize. You don't understand. It's like my me time. And so, like, when I got Energized, I was excited because I'd seen the color and knew that it wasn't bright yellow and it wasn't going to stain my counters and teeth and all the things. So I was excited, but the flavor was different. But I've been drinking it now, and I don't know, taste buds of the custom or whatever, but I actually do enjoy it. So it's nice that I'm not staining everything yellow.
Yeah, no, I feel like that with a lot of things. Like the initial flavor is like in your head, especially if you've been drinking it every single day for like 7 years, like in your head, you have this expectation and nothing's going to taste exactly the same. So in your head, you're like, oh, that's not what I was expecting. And your initial reaction is like, oh, that's not as good because that's just not what you're used to. And it's funny how after a few days, all of a sudden you're like, oh, that it's really nice. It is really different. Yeah.
And I do like the live shake. So I actually have Shakeology here. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I was like, after I got my boxes, I was like, I don't know. Every time I dealt with like even the workouts and stuff, I was just like over it. But I was like, I'm gonna try the left shake, and I'll be fair. I think I even posted in our group. I was like, it wasn't the consistency that I was used to. But then somebody posted like it up, and so I'm in the season of life that like I got a kindergartner. We're finally getting into somewhat of a routine in the mornings. And then, so I'm like, half the time I was like having to run back home and make my Shakeology before I would go to work because I didn't have time to put all the stuff in the blender and like blend it. And I know that sounds awful, but like 3 minutes is 3 minutes. Like, so I was like to the point that I wasn't like drinking it in the mornings like I had been doing. And so when somebody said mix it or shake it, actually that's what I've been doing. So I've been just pouring 8 ounces of almond milk. I do put ice in it because I don't drink it right away. And then the 2 scoops, shake it up, and I usually drink it after I drop the kids off on my way to work. And I'm like, that's easy. Easy.
Awesome.
So, yeah. And Shakeology
it more often.
shake up.
Although, is the salted caramel sold out? There's one I like wanted to order it. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's sold out now. The Life Shake.
And I think it may be discontinued.
Well, I think it was like a seasonal flavor. They said
okay.
So it wasn't going to be around. But I was like so disappointed because everyone that had gotten it from me is like, "This is delicious." I'm like, I didn't get it the first time. No, they got it.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay.
Thank you for sharing, everyone. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
This makes me excited for the future. All right, bye, guys.